You're listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available on podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
Hey guys, welcome to Lifestyle Central, your one-stop shop for everything life and style.
On this show, we'll be talking about all the latest trends, the biggest news, and the best places.
So sit back, relax, call a friend, and enjoy.
Oh, by the way, my name is Winfrey Daniel Okolo.
And my name is Adro Esigbone, and this show is going to be boom shakalaka.
Hey,
That's not the one who's saying to you. That's definitely not the one who's saying to you. Hello. It's another beautiful Friday. Thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday. This month of March is moving very quickly, isn't it?
The year 2021 is moving very quickly.
Is it moving quickly or you're getting old?
No, it's moving very quick. I'm getting old too, but yeah, it's also moving really, really quick. Guys, it is your favorite thing on the airways. It is Lifestyle Central, and my name is Winfrey Daniel Okolo, and with me is...
AG baby, is your baby. But not for long, not for long. It's AG Esigbone right now, ladies and gentlemen, on the show.
No,
it's
you can see that
Friday.
But no, it's okay.
It's another Friday.
Yeah, it definitely
Very excited
is.
to be here.
Yes, and finally the month of love is gone, and it is our very first Friday in March. And because we're celebrating women for the rest of the month, we have amazing guest lineup for you. You definitely don't want to miss this, so make sure you keep it locked right here.
Alrighty. So as Winfrey said, this month is Women's Celebration Month, and every week this month we will be discussing with or celebrating some iconic women that we know and that we love and who are just like impacting society and impacting our lives in one amazing way or the other. And
Shout
this
out
week,
to my mother.
Oh, that's so cute. I wait to do it. So shout out to my mother. Let me just say it louder. Shout out to my mother. And shout out to all the beautiful ladies who are listening to us and joining us online.
Definitely.
We love to have you here.
Definitely.
So Winfrey, who are we starting with this week?
Before we get into that, let's talk about what you actually gave a brief summary of what you're doing and everything. But today particularly, we're talking about women in business. So we'll definitely be going in on, like, we have a guest, yeah, of course, who is a woman in business, and we all know business generally is actually a hustle. And then again, we want to actually see, fine, being a woman in business in Nigeria, what is that like? I mean, in Nigeria, around the world, what is that really, really like? So definitely we will not be spilling the tea on the guest until we're back from this very quick break.
Before we go on that break, sorry, I just have to ask you, because you too, you're a woman in business, Winfrey. So what is it like for you as a woman in business?
Honestly, I say it's fun. It's fun, and I say that because, yeah, it has its bad and it's good, right? And yeah, most times I'm actually one that I don't know. Yeah, a lot of people say, okay, fine, as a woman in business is a struggle and everything. Yes, business then generally is a struggle. Being a woman generally is a struggle. But then again, I don't see it or approach it from a point of disadvantage. Okay. I honestly believe, I'm one of those women that actually believe that, see, being a woman is a strength. Or can be a strength. It now depends on how you decide to, do you understand, make that work in your favor. I mean, you can see everything as though everybody trying to belittle you or everybody trying to, do you understand, make you feel less of the person that you are. But then again, it's all in the mind. So definitely, I play my game strong as a woman, baby.
Play your game strong. I think I hear you. So if I hear you right, you're saying... For you, being a woman in business has challenges.
Definitely does.
However, you've decided that the mindset with which you approach these challenges is, I'm a strong person, I'm playing from a place of strength, and I will surmount this challenge.
Definitely, because people will definitely take a ride if they by mistake notice that you're being inferior or you're having that mindset, or because I'm a woman, this is happening to me. Do you understand? They will definitely victimize you properly when they notice that about you. I've had so many stories. But then again, when they see that, oh, okay, this one, She knows her stuff. Do you understand? And she's not even, it's not about, she knows her stuff, and then she's not even about to be intimidated. Do you understand? They'll then start to give way for you. But some are still stubborn, but then again, you still have to show yourself. So yeah.
Alrighty.
That's it.
So right about now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go on that break, but don't forget this is Lifestyle Central with AG Baby and Winfrey Daniel Okolo. And as always, this show is going to be boom shakalaka. See you soon.
You're listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available on podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
Hey guys, welcome to Lifestyle Central, your one-stop shop for everything life and style.
On this show, we'll be talking about all the latest trends, the biggest news, and the best places.
So sit back, relax, call a friend, and enjoy.
Oh, by the way, my name is Winfrey Daniel Okolo.
And my name is Adro Esigbone, and this show is going to be boom shakalaka.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. If you don't know what just happened is that Winfrey was like, you say welcome back. I was like, you say welcome back. She said, you say welcome back. So finally I said welcome back, but it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Welcome back. If you missed earlier, we are discussing women in business today, and we're discussing and celebrating women all through this month. Today we have in the studio with us, drum rolls, celebrity matchmaker
Didi! Okay, so now hi Didi, how you doing?
I am great.
You're great. You look great. I hope Lagos doesn't have to stress you.
I mean, the weather, but
the weather, right? It's really hot.
Oh.
Sorry about that. Okay, so let me give you a little brief about Didi. Okay, so she definitely is the first United States certified and award-winning dating coach in Nigeria. She's been matchmaking for over 8 years, but got her certification from the United States in 2015. The platform Lagos Matchmaker was created as a need for privacy in this dating age. See, we were meant to have her last week, but she's really busy and she couldn't be here with us. So sad. So we said, see, we are not going to miss, even if we were in March. Fine, she is a woman in business doing great stuff. So definitely we wanted to matchmake some people, but no
matchmaking. Send her a DM.
No matchmaking. Send her a DM if you desperately need it.
Desperate. I can see some desperate people on my Insta live. Send her a DM.
Okay, so
Alrighty.
Didi, how's it been with you? And let's start with you and business generally.
Oh, well, business has been great. Mm-hmm. I mean, especially lately because of the whole virus and everything.
Oh, okay. How so?
Interesting.
I mean, obviously some businesses benefited from that and some did not. Mm-hmm. So I think like the hospitality business suffered a lot, obviously, because places had to be shut down.
True.
But like Zoom, did well.
Yeah.
Online matchmaking did well because everyone was indoors and a lot of people were like, oh, I have time now to actually date. So
Can you just first of all talk us through your business first of all, so that people have context, like, when you say business has been good?
Oh yeah, so it's online, it's just going out to meet people. Some people just work 9 to 5 and never have time to go out. Mm-hmm. So those are like the target audience, like people that don't have time to meet people or keep meeting people that are not their age group and stuff like that. So
Okay, so what was the vision like when you started? Was it something you decided, okay, fine, this is what I want to do? Because I mean, you might make like a couple of people and actually made sense, or I don't know, how did you think about it? Why did you decide to go into it?
Weirdly, I did something similar when I was in secondary school.
Secondary school. Okay. All right.
Wow.
Okay.
But then, so matchmaking friend and a friend of mine just said, you do this all the time. Why not try and make money out of it?
Oh,
and I was like, okay, makes sense. So that's how it started.
So how's the journey been in the business space for you since you started out, and then in 2020 when the pandemic hit? How did that change how you approach your business and just like your experience in general?
Okay, at first, like every other business, I think it's really tough. You have to just really be there. Luckily for me, it's something I enjoy, so it wasn't a problem staying in there. At a point in time, there's a shift, and then things get better. So during the pandemic, another thing that helped us was BBC reached out to us and then wanted to interview us. And luckily for us, they kept showing it in different countries, different intervals. So that kept bringing in people. Okay. So it was already it was a really busy period for us. We had to hire new staff and everything, but it was a really good period. Okay,
that's great. Okay, so now I read a bit, went through your bio, and it actually spoke about how you started in the United States, right? And we know, or rather I'll say, from what I've noticed, dating in the United States and dating in Nigeria is a totally different ballgame, from my opinion, right? So how did you manage to break that market, Nigerian market? How was it possible for you to get people to think, Nigerians to think, oh fine, this is a real thing, this is something I should pay money to have happen for me? What was the struggle like?
In Nigeria it was really tough because it's not something Nigerians are used to. Everyone's like, why would I pay to meet somebody? So everyone find friends and family ask me that same question. But from the beginning, it was already working. People were paying, meeting people, getting married. So I was like, well, it's working. So even if it's working for just 5 people, to me, it's a numbers game. If it's working for just 5 people, I'm happy enough, So we just kept going with it. But for Nigeria, you have to keep explaining how it works or why it works. But then it gets easier when people are getting married and they just have to refer their friends. So you don't have to do a lot of convincing. Yeah. So that just kind of helped things. Okay, so the aim is to have success stories, because your success stories end up being the adverts for you.
Yeah. For you, very, very true. Okay, so for you, was it like this question now is centered around the dynamics of the dating, bringing people together, right? When is your job done? When would you say, okay, at this point, it's done for me?
Our job is for dating, not relationships. I always find myself,
okay.
Having to differentiate that for people, because people come with relationship issues and troubles, and we're like, no, we're just, to connect you, dating, first date, second date. That's just it, just to help you meet singles. But we're not going to, pry into your life and make sure that you guys work and say, oh, has he called you today? Why hasn't he done that? Okay. We just want you to meet people.
You're not open for counseling.
No, we'll just redirect you.
Okay. Pedro.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to go straight into the business part of this. I want my people to be seeing your face as you're answering the questions, right? So in specifically, what will I say challenges, right, have you faced, right, because you're an entrepreneur, right? Even though your business is social and your business is intangible, your product is intangible. What challenges do you think you've faced that are specific to Nigeria, and then secondly that are specific to women in Nigeria?
Challenges for women. Well, I think for my business, luckily, it's kind of just very gender neutral. I don't think they might even prefer women, doing matchmaking. So gender problem or issues haven't really come up, when it comes to that. The only thing that comes up is actually your status. So I guess it's still a gender thing in a way, because people are like, you're not married, so why are you talking about relationship? And then I have to remind them, no, it's dating, not relationships. And I'm actively dating, so who better to tell you about dating than someone that's dating, So usually I just have to explain that most of the time.
Okay. And then doing business in Nigeria, any challenges that you face, just scaling?
Staffing, getting good staff. There's some staff that are really good, but then they have issues. There's some that, and I'm very bad at firing people, so I just had to get I'm just the face at this point, because those things are tough for me to do, so it's better when people do that.
So your most significant challenge is staffing.
Yes. because you have to kind of explain, because it's not something that's just, you're not just employing them to come and work in a bank that they already know how it works. You have to explain the whole process. You have to explain the aim, and you also want a staff that gets pleasure from people's success stories. Like when your staff is genuinely happy, like, oh my God, because you connect with the people you match. So when your staff is genuinely happy, like, oh my God, this girl, can you imagine she's getting married? That excitement, those are the kind of stuff you're looking for.
Fair enough. In terms of, so one of the things I've noticed about like small organizations is they are very fluid, right? People necessarily don't enjoy working with small organizations because roles are not well defined. Someone can come in with a role title, business development officer, and 2 weeks later he's helping them fetch water, driving to go and pick somebody's child from school. You get, so the lines are blurred, right? And I think that that's one of the challenges with growing. Like when you start up a business or you have a small business, right, and you're growing, people need to play double roles, but that also impacts like, okay, so what are their KPIs and how can these people grow? Because I tell my friends who run businesses, like, when you run a business, people's lives are in your hands. So it's not just about you and making money off of the business. It's also how do your employees grow. So because I have tried to think, okay, so what are the roles? Is it that someone's job is to identify 5 people who match that 5 people? Do you get? So how do you take care of like people having their roles and like prioritizing staff welfare versus business success?
The good thing is that every staff almost like a share of the business. It's your business. So if you don't work, you actually don't really get paid because the payment goes to you. So it's almost like a business that has like, let's say we have like 10 staff, each of them own like their own part they're doing. So they get paid based on the clients that come to them. So they have to, so it's not just you get paid at the end salary whether you work or not. You have to work to actually do this. You have to have success to actually have more people come to you.
Oh, okay. So most of your staff is like on a commission basis.
Yes. So they have like a base salary and then there's commission base. So each client. So what I just do is we send off clients to you. Like, okay, who would you like to work with? This matchmaker. Okay, she's good. Then you go and she has to be good because otherwise her colleague could take that person next. And you kind of just want to be good so that your own level or your expertise is like the most popular one. So everyone keeps going to you because you get paid more.
So did you have like a pool of people? Is there like a pool of single men, a pool of single women?
Yes.
That you just like pick?
Yeah, I'm a statistician. So when it comes to statistics, I'm very, I kind of try to just put everything in there so it's easier to get. So we use Excel a lot to just share data between everybody. And then we always have to search it based on what people want. At first, we started off by what we felt people wanted or what they need. Like seeing someone and saying, this person will be good for you based on your personality. But then Nigerians are very, they want what they want. So it's not enough for you to just say, I think this person is good for you. They're like, no, my pastor will not say that. So you end up having to just, keep your mouth shut and hold it in and just say, okay, what do you want? And the person is like, oh, I want this and that and this. And your mind, you're like, this won't be good for you, but there's nothing I can do. This is what you want. So you have to kind of just give them what they want.
Okay, so the singles register. Singles register. Is there a criteria for must you be of a certain age?
Yes, 25 and above.
Okay, and then what other criteria are there for male, for women?
You
should be working.
You should be working ideally. But even if you're not working, the membership level, there are people that can take you, but it doesn't give you a high chance on being matched with someone, because sometimes you find someone that's not working and wants to be matched with someone that's working, and that person that's working doesn't want someone that's not working. So it's the whole are you your choice's choice thing.
Are you spec? So
it comes down to that at the end of the day. So
so how do you spoke about a person talking about how someone's personality can match the other? So aside what they're sending, right, considering the fact that people can literally lie about these things, how do you is there any further research that goes into making sure, okay, fine, this person is saying this, or do you have to meet them one-on-one? I'm sure
we do video call verification, so we'll call you in video calls for certain levels, but people, as you said, lie. There's no way to, if someone says I'm really God-fearing, there's no way to catch them in that unless you want to stalk him and see if he's going to church and hang by his house. So there's certain things that we tell people, don't focus too much on this and don't focus on things that can change, So focus on things like the university, career-wise, because those things are just like definite. But when they tell you, I'm very romantic,
you have to see that.
You don't know
On
for
scale.
sure, and exactly on what scale. Because there's a lady that wanted someone that was very God-fearing. She's like, I'm really close to Christ. I want someone that's like that. And she was matched with a guy like that, and then she said, "Oh, his own is too much." So there's what level, So at the end of the day, it's what degree
Yeah.
do you want? How?
That is too much. Wow.
So at the end of the day, it's what degree is too much for you, and you can't really measure those things. So
Oh, okay.
So how does your how do I say this now? There are okay, 2 questions. There are dating apps that basically match people based off of like predetermined algorithms, city that they live, their likes, their dislikes, their age, their occupation, all of that, right? So my first question is, how does your business, right, differ from what are those ones? Tinder, Bumble, all the other dating apps.
Bumble is an investment.
No, there's one that sounds like that.
Bumble.
There's one that sounds like that.
Dating app, yeah.
Yeah, there's one dating app that sounds like that. Yeah. How does your business differ from those? And do you believe that you will eventually move to like an automated process where
we do have automated? We have the app and the website,
okay.
and which we started a while ago. But when we realized there's so many dating apps, and so the people that started with us were like, there are a lot of dating apps. We didn't come to you for the app, so we want that personalized part. So we had to go back to doing that. We want someone they can talk to and say, "Oh, this guy," because we usually talk to these people and meet them, so we can give you advice and be like, "Oh, you said you want someone funny. I don't think this guy has a good sense of humor." An app can't really do that, so they want that personalized touch.
Yeah, true. And most times, like even with the apps, right? A lot of people complain that it turns from dating and a dating app to a hookup,
or like Tinder. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So a lot of people. So going forward, talking database. Of course, everybody wants to grow a business and get it to that mega point. So how do you intend to handle that part? If people are like, you know what, we want personalized.
Personalized is harder to get, the crowd. That's why we always try to get people to use the automated one as well. But when people just really want that personalized, we have to take it on. It's a bit longer. The process to get matched is not as easy. On the app or the website, it's just very click, send a message. But personalized, we need a lot of data. It takes a long time. So... yeah, so you just have to decide on what works for you.
Okay. So what is one tough decision you say you had to take? Or let me put it this way. What is one tough experience that you actually you have gone through in this business that made you be like, see, I studied economics in school. Should we check that out?
Not a lot. I think you'll have to still do with staffs.
Oh, staff.
Yeah.
You don't have any
staff
clients.
have worried you.
Yeah, more staff than the clients. More staff than the clients.
Okay.
So is it a staff you had to fire?
I've never had to really fire personally. I always try to get someone to do that.
Okay.
I don't know. I just don't want to be that mean. I don't know.
Okay.
So I never really fired.
So what's like your big, like your high moment?
Oh, whenever we get like marriage pictures, invitations to weddings, all those are like really big moments to us. When someone says we're dating now, it's a big moment too. But once we see that picture, like the wedding
confirmation,
picture, it's very good. It's very good. And even meeting the couple in person, because I've had to do that a couple of times, it's very good.
Oh, okay.
Sweet. So I'm going to pack all of this entire our business conversation for a minute. Winfrey, please allow me. And just
Person that was saying
roll back to something that you mentioned without us asking you. I was on my own and you came to give us this information because I was not going to ask. But I would like to know. Michael always calls you the matchmaking queen of Lagos.
Of Lily.
And you're single?
Yeah, I don't know, people expect that if you're matchmaking, you shouldn't be single. I don't know. Like, people know the person behind Bumble, the lady, I think she's married now though, but I think she was single when she started. I don't think, when there's an app, it's not personalized, they don't know who's behind it. People don't know the name of the guy on Tinder. But when they know you personally, it seems more like they expect a couple of things from you. And yeah.
So a couple of questions we asked our friends last month when they came around is, so from your experience of matchmaking people and your own personal experience, what's the dating scene like in Lagos? Because there was a whole, the streets are wild, there's nothing on the streets, there's nothing in Lagos anymore, all the good ones are married, all the good ones are in a relationship. So, but from your own experience, from like, because you said you date quite often, right? And also you matchmake people, so you'll be getting feedback. So what's the dating scene like in Lagos?
I think it's really interesting. I mean, personally, I enjoy dating, so I think it's really interesting having to meet someone new, talk, go for dinner. The dating scene, I think it's great, honestly. I mean, I think it's even easier and better because those days you had to go to like a party and get dressed, and then you go there and maybe you're giving one guy eye from the corner and he might or might not come and talk to you, but even if he comes, talks to you, gets your number, you might spend the whole night talking to him. Afterwards, you go home, you have one number, and he might call, and then it doesn't, you just find out that this isn't going to work. But with the dating scene now, where you can meet multiple people, you can it has its advantages and disadvantages. But the advantage is that you can actually meet at least 4 or 5 people at once without having to leave your house, without going to any party, and then talk to all of them and almost like screen them to see, it makes it faster, I think, it makes it faster meeting people.
Now, the current dating scene.
Yeah.
And so the quality of
I was actually about to say that. Yeah.
the quality of men out there, will you say they are of high, that premium quality men that are available?
Premium quality men. I always tell people, because we have different membership levels.
Where do we find them?
Listen now, listen Winfrey, listen, you and your fans, listen, always bashing Lagos men, listen to someone that is in the business.
I think you find quality people everywhere. I know people always give examples of where you meet people, like grocery stores and stuff. I'm not a fan of those locations to meet people. The chances are very limited, but I think being intentional about the type of events you go for, and online dating too as well, because...
Can you please give us a few of those kind of events?
I mean, then again, there are different things you could do, like join a gym if you're trying to work out.
Wrong.
And join a good gym, not just join a random gym. It has to be.
Is it join a gym if you're trying to work out, or join a gym if you're trying to date?
You kill a bird two birds.
Working out is good for your health.
I see.
So you have motivation to go back.
So if someone follows you and I see them at the gym, I'm like, I know why you're here.
No, but really, there are different things you can actually notice from someone who's actually at the gym. Determination, focus.
And again, it depends on your type of person. Like, I wouldn't go to the gym to meet people. I don't like people telling me to work out. So I find that people that go to the gym are very fit conscious, health conscious. I'm not that kind of person. So I know that won't work for me. So I would go to what would be best for me.
Like
restaurants, I like to eat, so
okay.
But the restaurants are key. I think it depends. Like art shows, there's always something. It's Lagos. There's always something to go for.
Advised? I mean, once upon a time.
Weddings, once upon a time, exactly. It was nice. Weddings were nice, actually. But weddings, you could spend like a night talking to just one person. It's the same thing with like an event, and you don't cover a lot of ground. And this day and age, time is
of the essence.
You don't spend like 5 hours meeting just one person. I mean, if you can meet like 10 people in 5 hours, great. So yeah.
Okay. What number would you advise people date at the same time?
My friend and I actually had this discussion. So I was trying to define what I meant by the dating, because it made me seem like I was crazy when I said, we encourage multiple dating.
Oh, yeah.
It's just that first stage of getting to know the person, like, what's your name? What school do you go to? So I think at that point, you can talk to a couple of people until you decide that, okay, this person is interesting, so I want to see where it goes. And then you can obviously stop talking to other people.
Okay, so how, is there a particular way? I mean, you've been in this business for long. This particular question is because of one of Ejiro's story that he told us about a friend of his who was dating this girl who apparently was dating someone else. So he seemed to have a serious issue with how she broke things off. Is there a particular way? Did you say blanking? Is it allowed?
Or like ghosting and
ghosting, just stop replying, responding?
Oh, those are like things. Those are parts of the dating scene. There's ghosting, there's benching, there's
So it's part of it.
What's benching?
Part of it now.
Benching is like when you're playing sports for sport people, and then they keep you there just in case. Just in case, while they're just with their main people.
Hi, once in a while.
Yeah, just to keep you interested, just so that
crumbs.
In case one day this other person messes up, I'll come to you. A lot of guys do that a lot.
So
a lot of guys do it.
So guys bench.
They go to bench too.
Let's go to this sad story, right? And while it's like saying, ghosting is part of the dating scene, cheating is part of the dating scene, adultery is part of the dating scene. It's all part of the scene. So I'm just going to go specifically to this story, right? Because when you say it's part of the scene, you're saying it happens, right? But what we were discussing, and I don't know why Winfrey took us there, is was it appropriate?
I was just asking.
So in this story, right, they went on one date, right?
Said it's part of it
was great. They had such a great time. They went on a second date. Fantastic. Had such a great time. She said she loved it. She was like, when are we going on our third date? Right? And then after, like, okay, he drops her off her home, texts her, I'm home. Hey, okay, nice. And then the next day, silence. Pure, complete silence. No responses to text. No, he's like, what's happening? He's texting. And then he calls the friend who connected them and is like, yeah, I'm trying to reach your friend, but I can't reach her. I need to know what's happening. And then the friend reaches her and comes back to him and is like,
she's not
she has a boyfriend. Not that she's not interested.
No.
Wait.
Because of what you said. She has a boyfriend.
She has a boyfriend.
Was it all that time?
Not all that time. She's now said yes to someone else.
Was dating
in that ghosting period. So. And so what he now remembered is that when in one of the first dates, she had told him about a guy who asked her out in the past and that she had said no to, but was like always disturbing her. And so she was always like how a girl told you about a guy that's always disturbing me. So he had just like noted it mentally, right? And then what the feedback he now got was the guy took her to a restaurant, now asked her out, and she could not say no. That's what she now told her friend.
You didn't tell us that part of the story.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you that part, but that's not important. But the important part is that, and what I said then was how she just zapped. Nobody said you cannot. He did not marry you now, so nobody said you cannot walk away. But you didn't have to just disappear.
But people do that a lot because people are uncomfortable with being
having such a
real.
conversation.
Yeah, it's an uncomfortable conversation because the other person might ask, okay, so why you decide? You say, you don't ghost them. You just say, I really think that we shouldn't talk anymore. It's a very strange conversation
because I have a boyfriend.
Yeah, but you would say, when did you have a boyfriend? Why did we go on other dates? You're going to try to start explaining yourself. I went here because this and this. You might end up looking worse. I don't know, from that conversation. I don't know.
So
it's uncomfortable for people, I think.
So is that a pass? Are you saying that it's okay because it's uncomfortable?
No, it's not okay, but I think you have to just, in this dating world, you have to get over it real quick. Because it just happens every time. People are just not very honest with why. Because we've seen that happen a lot. You know, people get matched and then the lady's like, this guy, he's not interested. He said, I'm not his size, I'm not his type physically. And then you find out, you ask the guy, and the guy already saw her, he knew that was what she looked like.
Yeah.
And then you ask him, and he's like, no, that's not the reason. She's really boring. I just want to tell her that she's really boring, obviously.
Yeah.
So people don't want to be mean, so they try to find the softer way. And some people, the softest way is ghosting.
It's ghosting. They just run away.
Steady ghosting too is another way where they answering your question in one word, like, how are you doing? Fine.
You get so you call this what? Steady ghosting.
So that you just lose interest over time.
Is there a dictionary? Is there a library of words? Because I've learned benching. I know ghosting, but now I've learned steady ghosting.
Steady ghosting.
Yeah, we have zombieing too, when someone that's dead comes back to life. So people that have, like, you haven't heard from in a long time.
That one happens.
And it happens a lot. They come, I don't know if they're coming back out of boredom or they suddenly realize you're the one, or their backup plan fell out, you know. So you never know, but you have some zombies come back into your life too.
So if there was something you could change in this business of matchmaking for you that would make it easier for your business to grow or easier for you to deal with, what will it be?
To change, make it easier. I'm thinking easier for me. Okay, easy for me, not for the clients.
Yeah,
right?
For you.
Yeah, having better staff that I don't have to. Like, I keep
this staff. Really?
Like last night, I went to bed by 4 a.m. So I'm constantly, like when they wake up, I'm sure they want to cry. I send voice notes, any mistake, I'm like, this, check it. Then they wake up in the morning and they probably see like about 20, 30 voice notes.
Wow.
And get back to me on that. And by then, maybe that's when I've started sleeping.
Wow. Staff. Okay.
So the last time someone spoke about staff, we had like a little back and forth, right? Because I believe that there's talent in Nigeria and they are really intelligent and qualified. I know that there is a lot of but I also feel like there are people who know what they're doing and are qualified. And my argument then was, I think because of business realities, right, employers aren't paying enough to get premium staff, right? So what do you think is like the key challenge for you in getting quality staff? Because the process you've described to me is something that after some time people should pick up and learn. And so you shouldn't, because you mentioned staff. We spoke about challenge, you mentioned staff. We spoke about big something, you mentioned staff. Now we spoke about what you can improve, you mentioned staff. So it means that this is actually a biting issue for you.
Yes,
so what do you think is like your most significant issue with getting quality staff?
Yeah, sometimes I just get stuff off of what I feel when people apply, and then I'm really hard for me to let go of the stuff. So when I see someone is bad, I keep trying to just correct you. Okay. But once it's hurting the business, I'm like, you have to go. But lucky for me, I have really good staff at the moment. So whenever I'm sending them messages, it's for corrections or teaching them how they can make it better. Because I told them, do it this way. But then one day I might think and say, do you know what? If we did it this way, it might be better and easier. So I would send them a message, okay, do you know what? Start doing this way. So those are the kind of messages they get from me daily. But otherwise, they're very spot on. They do things, according to process.
Okay. That's your current staff.
Yes.
So you're saying that right now, staff are not the major challenge anymore.
Yeah, it was a major challenge.
What was the issue? If I can ask, what was the issue? Why? What were the prevailing issues with the staffing?
There was a staff that I kept getting too many complaints from her end. So people always complain, and people are complaining a lot about you, and they're not complaining about other people. Then there's something.
Yeah.
Okay. And she always had an excuse, but at a point it just got too much. It's affecting the business, and I was like, okay, no, we can't deal with this. And then we had another staff, and then you also have to make sure that funds are properly directed. So you have staff that might be trying to be funny when it comes to funds. So I had one staff like that, but she was really good, so I had to still retain her anyway.
Okay.
You have to pick and choose your battles.
Your struggle, yeah.
Have you ever caught a staff trying to date your clients?
But I wouldn't even be against that, though.
Oh, okay.
I want everybody to be happy.
Oh,
that's nice.
So how are you structured? Do you have a separate HR function, separate finance function, or do you manage that yourself? And then, because you mentioned the fact that when you have to let go of staff, you feel like you have to get someone else to do it. But ideally, if you had a HR, maybe you had outsourced your HR, and then someone just monitoring their performance and complaints, when the time reaches, they just say, dear ma, I want to let this person go, and you'd either say okay or okay not. So you wouldn't have to deal with that. So do you believe that if you had any of those things plugged in, it'd be easier for you to, because I know that this staff isn't like staff are the key to your business. They are so integral to everything that you do, right? Yeah. So would you say that like having maybe outsourced HR or something would actually make it more efficient or better?
It just recently I learned to delegate, so I'm not sure if I can delegate that part. Because I feel like I will still be watching that HR person, like what's going on. I'll still end up doing the work. So but each staff just does like their own complaints. Whenever they have complaints, I send it to them, like, what's this person complaining about? What did you do? Person tries to explain, I try to follow up and just do. So I just try to manage each and every one. But they kind of just do the whole thing, like step 1, step 2. They cover everything in their own way.
Nice.
Right. Nice. I mean, it's been amazing and fun talking to you. So.
And then, like she said, with the gender thing, with certain business, I think with at a point in time, I hired a couple of guys, but now we have like an all-female staff.
Okay.
Interesting.
And that wasn't even on purpose. And funny enough, we have a tribe-wise too. We have everyone's in the same tribe.
That one is hard to sell.
That particular one, right?
Hard to sell, I promise.
Yeah.
Because it just happens that you're trying different way, and then at a point in time, all your stuff, you're like, wait, everyone is from the same place. Everyone is like female. because we just, I think women are a bit sensitive with certain things, so they're best for this kind of, because with this personalized part, the guys actually do the websites and app part, because guys just way better with that, I guess. But with the women, they're good for this personalized part. Like, they want to talk to you, they're your friends, they have the patience. A guy, you tell him, this other guy was mature, he's not talking to me. Guy be like, talk to him now. But a girl will probably say, oh wow, what happened? Have you discussed, did you go on a date? I find one of my staff, she's always really close with her people. She's like, oh, did you go on a date? Oh my God, I'm so excited. So what was it like? What did you guys go to? Yeah. So they're more invested.
Oh, in it. Oh, okay.
So I think that's how we got female staff out.
So you run an all-female business.
Nice. Well, with the personalized part, yes.
Nice. Impressive.
Very, very
Is that going to change soon?
No.
We had guys, but they were bad, so we had to let them go. So I don't know why I would change back and go to guys again. I don't know.
All right. I don't have any more questions, Winfrey. Do you have questions?
No, I actually do not have any more questions. It's been amazing talking to you. Thank you so much for coming. Could you give us a few dating tips before you go? Just a few. It's not be as if you just came my way like that.
I was just find like there are no, I don't know. I feel like everything is just it's just what works for you.
Yeah.
So if I give dating tips, it's what works for me personally, and I don't think it works for a lot of other people.
Okay.
Go. I want to hear. Before I didn't want to hear, but now I want to hear. No. I like controversial tips.
Not controversial, but I tell people that they should date multiple people, and that's what I mean. The early stages, people always look at me like it's crazy, but we encourage that on the platform, and we always do that, So I go on multiple dates, get to know different people. I think it increases your chances. It's like when you're applying for a job, you don't apply to just one job and just hope. I mean, you can, but I mean, it's best to apply to lots.
Smarter.
You just might get your job faster.
But don't you think that will encourage cheating? What if you meet two people and you
really like them? But that just boils down to your own character, because even without dating multiple people, if you're going to be someone that cheats,
true, you will.
Cheat,
true,
so
definitely.
You find a way.
Okay, so seeing that you date multiple people and
like really,
and you're sort of really? So and you're an expert in this field, because we admit to ourselves that ghosting, benching, zombieing, what's the other one? Steady ghosting, slow ghosting. Since we admit that all of those practices, even though they are common, are not ideal, when you date multiple people, it's just like going on dates. You have not made any commitment. How do you advise that people let go of their other hangers-ons? Because I know many ladies that have multiple fans, let me call them fans. They have decided who they want to be with, but they are just struggling with how to let go of all these other nice guys. There's so many nice guys out there, just buying them gifts, taking them out. So how do they let go in a mature
there are ways
way?
You can just, because you don't want to hurt someone's feelings anyway, so there are ways to just put it in there that they're your friends.
Hey!
I wanted to ask that question. I wanted to ask, okay. But first of all, I think
I think you don't want to hurt their feelings.
You guys also have friends now.
So let's imagine me and my younger brother is way more handsome than I am. So two of us are dating here at the same time. I take you to Koi. He takes you bungee jumping. Then the next week I took you to Cactus. He took you to the Maldives.
You like food more, but you like adventure.
You like food though, but adventure is better. So me and because you are such a nice person, you know what my feelings. They're very nice, laughing with me, just with me. Like I felt like there's a vibe here. There's a vibe here. So after you get back from the Maldives, right? I'm like, oh, you're back. Like you're back. So I was what I could tell me. Yeah, I'm like, oh, so can we go to maybe now I'll take you somewhere else to eat? So maybe there's a 788 on the sea. So are you not going to say, oh, that would be such a nice, friendly thing for us to do? Like, how will you break it down to me that okay, there's somebody else?
I say my ankle hurt.
During the trip, I actually met a girl I think would be perfect for you.
Wow! Wow!
Is it hard for you?
You are the girl that I thought was good for you. Wow!
That's wrong, so I'm not helping.
No. You are dating queen, but you're not breakup queen.
Exactly.
I don't think you're breakup queen. No. I would not advise anybody to take breakup tips from you because the guy will end up in the hospital.
How would you prefer that?
Personally, right? I would prefer upfrontness.
That's because of you.
Yeah, personally.
So she just say, I'm not interested in you.
Yeah, just say,
somebody, I'm dating your brother.
Exactly. I'm dating someone else.
Well, she's not dating someone else. She's just not interested in
but
you.
she does not like me. And you just say, I don't think that
this can work.
I don't think, like, I know what you want, and I don't think that this is headed in that direction.
What if the guy say, well, that's not what I want. I just want to.
Okay.
A lot of guys,
exactly. I even met a girl that for you. Because this is not what I want.
Because you don't want to jump and assume that.
Exactly.
He took you on first day, he took you on second day. What does he want? He wants gospel. Kumbaya. So actually, right, so sometimes, like, and in the past, what I've done with females is, if I believe
in the past in caps,
if I believe that you may have such intentions, I'll just say, I'm not saying that you want anything from me, but I'm just trying to point out that just by chance, this is not going in that direction. So it's like I've given them an out, so that when they would say, "Oh yeah, I know." Like I know.
Be offended. I say, "But who told you I wanted anything?" So
and that's why I said. That's why I said it's not like I'm saying it though, but I just want to make sure that I am not saying. Make it about me. I am not sending you wrong signals. I want to make sure that I am not doing you wrong. So I'm not going to say, I hope you're not having feelings. It's like, okay, I don't want to send you wrong signals. So I'm trying to tell you that all I want is friendship. So that everybody, even though it might lead to a little awkwardness, everybody will just readjust. Do you get? But if I just suddenly stop talking, I just feel like it is, especially if there was, we all know when someone is trying to do something and trying to go somewhere. So if the person is trying to go somewhere, but you don't want to go there with the person anymore, but you follow the person in the car to the park, to the car park. Now you have changed your mind. You don't want to go on the trip anymore. You know, just makes it very to just japa. Just be like, where are you? So I feel like at that point you say, okay, this trip is great, but I'm not going with you.
Okay, if she says, okay, that's fine, but she still wants to hang out with you as a friend, obviously, and she hangs out with you, and she is still really affectionate, like she does a lot of things for you, because sometimes some people see that as a challenge, and she's trying to hope that you change your mind.
Women do, yeah.
So what would men do to...
I just...
I don't date men now. I don't date men. It's women I know. So
just say people do.
It's women I don't know if men do. I don't know if men do. Women do. Women see it as a challenge. Yes. And
so would you keep reminding the person, I don't want anything. I mean, you've told them once.
To be honest, you won't keep reminding them. But that's why I feel like we are also supposed to be responsible, right? Sometimes somebody likes you.
You know it.
So they are not using their brain. So you're saying, I don't want to.
Some are not using their brain. Some are using their brain.
Do you get?
And trying to manipulate
they're trying to, exactly.
So you help her use her brain.
Sometimes you help. Sometimes you create the distance
and limit. Yeah,
and limit all of the affection. So you say, you every Monday you cook a kid can come. On Tuesday you cook banga. On Wednesday you paying transport. Come to hospital. Okay.
So sometimes stop cooking for me.
After sometimes you just start saying, I'm on my way. It's like, I'm not around. I'm not around. How are you? I'll lie.
That's steady ghosting.
But that's necessary there because obviously you've communicated, but the person is not getting the memo. And so the person is doing girlfriend duties. And one day you're going to have girlfriend conversation.
What if that to her is friendship duties?
It's a lie. We all know it's a lie.
Friends can cook
we all know your friends can cook for you, but not with consistency. You get there are things that people do, and you can tell, and you can tell that. So to be honest, this was my 2017. That's why I'm speaking so confidently. Like, I don't want a girlfriend. Then I'm like, you don't want. You think you don't want a girlfriend? You think you don't? I will show you that you want a girlfriend. Do you get? And so that was 1917. So I would have a conversation. To be honest, none of them ended like great, but none of them ended in. I didn't have any enemies. Do you get? People feel hurt sometimes. So I didn't. But so for example, I was talking to one of their friends like in 2018 and 19. I'm like, I'm shocked that you people still talk to me in your group of friends. And they were like, well, you didn't do anything wrong because you were upfront. And you spoke about it. You said, do you get this? I don't want this. And you tried to communicate it. So even though she ended up being hurt, we know that you didn't do anything wrong. So I feel like if you just, she's just cooking soup. Then one day, boom.
That's okay. Thank you so much, Didi, for joining us today. If it continues conversation, it will not end.
Yeah, I agree.
Because when it comes to dating, Ishuru is quite experienced. Just put it out there.
Maybe. I'm experienced. It's okay.
What's it?
I've even matchmaked self. I've done Play matchmaking.
Okay, thank you so much. And we're going on a quick break right now. Didi, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure speaking with you.
So interesting.
Definitely. We're going on a quick break right now, and when we come back, we're going straight into trending and spotlights.
You're listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available on podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
Hey guys, welcome to Lifestyle Central, your one-stop shop for everything life and style.
On this show, we'll be talking about all the latest trends, the biggest news, and the best places.
So sit back, relax, call a friend, and enjoy.
Oh, by the way, my name is Winfrey Daniel Kolo.
And my name is Adro Esigbone, and this show is gonna be boom shakalaka.
Welcome back. You're still listening to the favorite thing on the airways. It is Lifestyle Central. My name is Winfrey Daniel Kolo, and I have this troublesome guy here.
H-Baby. H-Baby. You have H-Baby with you. All right. That was such an interesting conversation with Didi on business and women in business. She spoke about her challenges. Her number one challenge is staff, employees. You guys apply if you're smart, you're intelligent, especially if you're a guy. Apply to Lagos Matchmakers, right? Because let's encourage diversity. She has only female employees for now. So
please,
if you're a guy,
about women this month,
please, if you're a guy, apply. Shoot your shots. Shoot your employment shots. Yeah. So right about now, we're moving to trended.
And your dating shots, because one of the other ones might just be yours.
Okay, but I spoke about employment shots. Shoot your employment shots. All right. Trended. What's happening in Africa?
More insecurities. The business of kidnapping.
The business of kidnapping.
That's what it is.
And okay, so I'll just speak about everything like together at once. So since this year began, we've trended cryptocurrency ban, we've trended Uganda uprising, we've trended multiple kidnappings. This week we have Senegalese
for the
uprising.
Past 3 weeks. For the past 2 weeks.
Another spate of kidnapped.
We've trended kidnapping. This is the third time in a row.
Third time that we're having to talk about kidnapping. Now, this is not good news for anybody. As we spoke about this before. Yeah. Africa is looking less and less like a place that people want to invest. And this is Africa Business Radio. So we're going to talk about how, not very long ago, just like a short chat on the fact that the more there's insecurity, the more our government keeps using soldiers to crack down on peaceful protesters, the less people would want to invest in our continent, and that is bad for business. Last year we saw, I think, was it Swift that brought in $200 million to invest in Paystack or Flutterwave, one of the two. And all was excited because people are investing in Africa, in our African startups. But if we keep on making our country insecure and we keep on prioritizing tribal warfare and cows over infrastructure and security, we will attract less and less of investment for African businesses. So not so much good news on our trended. And I'm just asking that by next week, let us have some positive. Exactly? God help us. Let's have positive news to trend. But yeah, in Senegal, what's happening is the opponent of the sitting president was arrested today or yesterday. And he has not been allowed to face proper justice. His people came out on the streets to say, nope, release our guy. Even though the circumstances under which he was arrested are weird, because he was accused of rape on his way to prison. On his way to court, he was arrested. But now they're protesting in Senegal, and the government has cracked down on protesters. It happens all the time. They're arresting reporters, closing down channels that are reporting the news of the protest, and they're acting like everything is fine. Africa.
I mean, it's only normal, right, for people to get influenced by things that are happening to places or people close to them. Do you understand? I mean, not too long ago, we had the End-Times movement, and we all know how that went. Do you understand? And of course, Senegal, they also have their government seems also have a temperament, if I put it that way. So yeah, am I surprised? Not necessarily. And see, Nigeria keep on paving the way for those kind of things to keep on happening, and there's really nothing much to say. I think it's just really sad because, see, at the beginning of the year, or let me say late last year, a lot of people were talking about how, I mean, even during the pandemic, a lot of people were talking about how, look at the way pandemic affected the rest of the world, but it didn't come here. I mean, Africa in the end is not that bad and everything. But then again, towards the end of the year, a lot of people were planning their exit strategies. You understand? Something else. Making second plans and all of that. And the truth is, by the time
Nigeria is also trending.
Yeah, like, so it's just really, it's really sad. I mean, if we all leave, as much as, to be being wise, that's the wise thing to do. But then again, if we all leave,
who's going to build?
What next? Do you understand? But then again, people in power don't seem to be necessarily interested or bothered about all of that. So let's see how we'll do it now.
Let's see. Spotlight, baby.
So spotlight today. Okay, so this basically, so I think because we're talking women, and I mean Women's Month and all of that. So this particular one was trending. Is it still trending?
Last week?
I think last week. Yeah, and it was about babies breastfeeding, right? Where we have a celebrity couple, Aka and his wife, Claire, where they have a conversation, an honest conversation about her breastfeeding duties. And he was speaking about how he believes he's a part of it. He feels her pain and challenges and all of that. And a lot of people didn't necessarily feel, I don't know, this breastfeeding thing. A lot of people have different ideas about it, right? Some people think it should be 6 months, some people think 1 year. And yes, I've actually had conversations with certain men in past times who have actually told me that, no, my wife will have to breastfeed for 1 year or breastfeed until I say stop. And I'm like, is it your breast? Is it your nipple? How do you want to literally do that? Do you understand? So I just think in the end, as every situation goes, I mean, it's only the person wearing the shoe that knows how it hurts, right? So it's quite insensitive for you to stay at one end and say, okay, fine, this is what you do because this is what my mother did, or this is what my mother says should be done. Do you understand? Everybody has a brain now, and everybody is the owner of their own body. It's not like we've not always had a brain, but like, I'm just saying, do you get? So yeah, we should be able to make our own decisions as it affects us, right? I had a friend not too long ago who put to bed. She honestly was not lactating. She did? She drank all the pap. She even drank Gary Join. She did everything possible. Do you understand? She got some more products that do you understand? Like guaranteed. Oh yes, I know it's not her fault. Like it wasn't coming out. She really wanted to. It hurt her, but like the child, because they were waiting for breast milk, was there losing weight. Do you understand? But then again, you have to be reasonable, right? If this is not happening, do the right thing. Thank God there's so many supplements out there that you can that can give you similar nutrients. It might not be that mother bonding experience and all of us is meant to be, but then again, there are other ways to bond with your kids. So yeah, please don't put unnecessary pressure on the breast that is not yours. All
right, as we wrap up, something we're going to do every week this month, we're going to do Women in Spotlight, and I believe that there's no one other than our very own Ngozi Iweala, who was recently appointed, right, or voted in as is he DG of the World Trade Organization, right? World Trade Organization, yes. So big shout out to Mama Okonjo. We love you. We rate you. We're happy for you, and keep making us proud. Ladies and gentlemen, it was another exciting episode of Lifestyle Central. We wish you a super amazing weekend. Thank you so much for listening. This show was Boom Shakalaka, and we wish you a boom, boom, boom weekend.
Yes, signing out. Bye.
Hey guys, welcome to Lifestyle Central, your one-stop shop for everything life and style.
On this show, we'll be talking about all the latest trends, the biggest news, and the best places.
So sit back, relax, call a friend, and enjoy.
Oh, by the way, my name is Winfrey Daniel Kolo.
And my name is Adro Esigbone, and this show is gonna be boom shakalaka.
You're listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available on podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.